Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at how did they feel when you cut them off. Now this could be an ex-partner, an ex-lover, an ex-crush, an ex-friend, an ex-manager, you name it. It could be anyone that you have in mind and you're a little bit curious about how they're feeling and what they're doing. And how they think about your ex relationship after you cut them off. Now, in order to do this reading, we have three piles for you here today. For pile number 1, we have Diamond. For pile number 2, we have Euclase, sorry. For pile number 3, we have Labradorite. Now, take a look at these three crystals and see which one is the one that's really calling for you. And that's probably the pile for you here today. If you're wondering about another person, do the same thing. Take a look at the three crystals and see which one is calling out for you, and that'll be the pile for the other one. As usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. So you've chosen the Diamond. And let me tell you, pile number 1, your reading is going to be quite unique, actually. Just like we like seeing the Diamond, I think you will like, if it matters to you at all, what has happened after you cut this person off. You see, with diamonds, they form under so much pressure. And with the gift of time, together they form this beautiful diamond that we see today. And I think it's the same exactly when you cut this person off. And this specific person, whether you know it or not, deep down, the pressure that has been caused, and with the time, this person has learned a lot. And whether you realize it or not, whether it's prevalent or evident in your dealings or not, this person has truly changed from the inside and is starting to reconsider a lot of their ways with the new people that they're meeting. You truly have had a strong effect on this person, pile number 1. You've really changed them from the inside. That's what's really very prevalent. And the Diamond is a shining stone. It's a beautiful stone that we wear, that we like to show off, that we enjoy displaying. And here I think the change is very evident with the other people. I mean, the reactions that other people get and the new behavior that other people get from this person clearly shows this wonderful side that they have gotten from you, pile number 1, from you standing up and putting these boundaries. So pile number 1, kudos to you. It seems like you've really changed someone here into someone better, whether you realize it or not. And the Diamond is one of the strongest stones in the world. And I think it's your strong boundaries and you strongly standing up for yourself. You strongly standing for what you believe is right and what you believe is wrong is really what veered this person off course and made them consider their actions and change this person from the inside, pile number 1. So I don't know who you are or what you did, but really kudos to you, pile number 1. So let's see now with your tarot cards more about this person and how they are feeling and how they felt when you cut them off, since they have changed so much. So how did pile number 1's person feel when they cut them off? Let's go one more time. How did pile number 1's person feel when they cut them off? Ooh la la. Wow. Okay. I've seen the first one and the last one, so we're going to take these. I haven't seen the other ones. All right, let's shuffle one. Whoop. Wow, pile number 1. Your piles really want to speak up, don't they? You've had a strong reaction for sure. That's what's clear here in your popping up of your cards. There has been a strong effect on this person. 2 kings. Wow. Pile number 1, You have changed this person from the inside out, like we've just said. This is a confirmation. You've changed the way they think. You've changed the way they feel about things. So with the passion here, you can see the internal strength and the internal emotions about how their new passion of doing things differently. And of course, with the King of Swords, their change of mind about weighing things out, the wisdom that has been spawn upon this person. Is this the right word? Okay, so with two kings here, we don't have a page, we don't have a knight, we have kings. We have a diamond and two kings, clearly showing that this person has really matured, at least in the area, in some area of their life, from this experience and from you cutting them off. Pile number one. Your cards are really mind-blowing. Let's see what this mysterious hidden card is. Temperance. I mean, need I say more? What? Like your cards are speaking the same message. They have weighed things out. They've reached the right balance in some area. I've seen you. Look, pile number one, whether you talk to this person again or not, you have had a great effect on this person. You shaped and formed how they see things and how they feel about things. And they have genuinely learned and balanced and learned from their experience and learned from you cutting them off. They've revised their actions. I think it really pained them because, you know, the diamonds, they're formed after such strong pressure. And I think you cutting them off has had a strong emotional and mental effect on this person, clearly showing here. And it was so strong that they in order to get out of it, they really had to balance things out and think of it honestly. Otherwise, they were going to be stuck with this pain. And they chose to think of it honestly, to revise their actions, and this is why a diamond has been formed. So with the gift of time and with the gift of you cutting them off, you have given a chance for this person to become a renewed person who deals with things in a much different way than they have in the past. Pile number one. Now let's take one more card from this deck and then pick out another deck to get more information about how this person felt when you cut them off. Pile number one, kudos to you for standing up so strongly for yourself like that and helping someone balance themselves out and reconsider their actions. You're obviously a very strong person, just like the diamond suggests here. So with your strength, you reflected, just like a diamond reflects things, your strength onto someone else, making them really learn. And they have been heeding this call to balance things out. So, I mean, kudos to them as well for that. So you have the Ten of Swords. I mean, I'm not even surprised. When you cut this person off, pile number one, this person has been in great pain. The cards are just confirming the exact message. I don't know what you did, pile number one. I would love to get to know more about it in the comment section. I mean, maybe you can give your wisdom to other people so they can learn a lot from you to do the same. So please share your thoughts in the comment section for other people to learn. Because it seems like this person has really learned a lot. It caused them so much pain that it was the end of this sort of behavior forever. And you can see with this deck, this person is not laying down on the floor. This person is standing up, suggesting that this action made them change their ways and not feel helpless. Made them move, see, towards the diamond. All of these moving there. Made them change their path. Made them decide to be a whole new, stronger person that does not deal with people or does not do the things that they do the way that they used to do. The crows are the keepers of, the ravens, I mean, are the keepers of secrets. And I think this person might have kept a lot of hidden agendas from you, or isn't really quite clear like a diamond or honest with you. I see it here as being one of the issues. And with the butterfly here, I mean, I'm seeing things I haven't seen before. With the butterfly here suggesting transformation, with the bat here suggesting, because the bats, they navigate by sending ultra sounds, ultra waves, and I can't believe I forgot the word. Ultrasound, yeah, ultrasonic waves in order to navigate their way. And so with the reactions that you've given them and the pain that you've given them, they started getting back the feedback that they need to transform. They've built wisdom, understanding that it's not always a wise thing to keep your intentions and be maybe selfish, be the raven themselves. You see, I think they cut out their wings here, the raven wings, suggesting that it's not always wise to keep your intentions and be maybe a little bit selfish. And now they have a white t-shirt on, symbolizing purity and honesty and clarity. So I think they've learned a lot and matured a lot from you, pile number one. So kudos to you. See a strong person who has the intentions of being more courageous, speaking out their truth instead of hiding it, and being more open and being honest with themselves and the people around them. Pile number one. Okay, so let's see what your Osho cards have to say, and let's ask the right questions here. See, I just noticed this. This person is wearing two feathers that match the feathers of the owl, and it's like they have gained wisdom from this owl, befriended the owl, or befriended their inner guidance. They've befriended this pressure. I think they have even befriended what you have done. I think they thought to themselves, I was wrong and they were right for cutting me off. I don't think they blame you too much, and they've made peace with that, and they've decided to learn from this experience and gain wisdom from it instead of being immature and blaming you for it, pile number one. So that's a great reading here, pile number one. I mean, you seem like a strong, amazing person. You were just the reason to turn another person into an amazing person, pile number one. So kudos to you, really. So let's ask the question again, carefully. How did pile number one's person feel when they cut them off? I love your reading, pile number one. How did pile number one's person feel when you cut them off? So what I'm seeing right away as well, just noticed the lion is like standing way ahead. I think this person wishes they can mend fences with you, but they are afraid because they know you're not gonna allow them to, I think. So they're standing there being strong, but afraid to contact you, or afraid to, because they feel like they don't have the right excuse to tell you. They feel ashamed of what they've done. Okay, so let's see. Harmony. Do you see? You've caused someone to heal, find their inner balance, and to change their ways. Pile number one. Amazing how your cards are really matching up and saying the exact same message. Playfulness, a new behavior that they're proud of. Whoa, no thingness. And you have integration. Pile number one. Well, I mean, your cards are super clear here. Of course, with the integration that has a stone that's very clear, that looks like a diamond here, doesn't it? And again, it shows a person who's become whole, who's integrated their shadow with their light in some certain aspect that you have taught them by cutting them off. And this cutting off has been so dark on them, so painful, that it truly pushed them to change their ways, pile number one. I think now they truly believe in their new them. I don't want to go as far as saying they're an angel, because that's not what I'm feeling at all. But they are proud of themselves, and they see what they're doing as being a good trait. They're seeing inner harmony and they're enjoying it, thinking to themselves, how haven't I been enjoying this inner peace and this joy with my old ways? They're thinking, wow, I have learned a lot. I love the new me. They're very proud of their new them. And I'm very proud of you, pal number one. Thank you for changing someone to the better like that. Thank you for standing up strong for what you believe in, for being clear for what is okay and what is not okay. Kudos to you, and hope your karma repays for really helping someone change like that. Pal number one, I admire you. Please let us all know who you are and what you did, not just for me, but for other people in the comment section. I think this story can really help others out, and realize that there are so many people that watch and may not really comment, but they're reading what you're writing, pal number one. So thank you so much. I love doing this reading for you. Kudos to you. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number two. So you've chosen the Euclase stone. And it's really interesting how this stone popped out today. Because this stone, the spiritual meaning behind this stone is all about inner truth, wisdom from within. It talks about how when it comes to knowing the truth, there is no substitute for lived experience. Yeah. An experience that you recall and you examine. And so this cutting off, pile number two, has really made this person think a lot about what has happened, has been recalling these experiences, these talks that you've had, the things that you've done together, where they have gone wrong, where have you gone wrong, what has happened. And I definitely see a person who feels very sorry. Whether you want to forgive them one day or not, this is up to you. But this person is really having it, pile number two. They're feeling very lost, confused. You know why I say feeling lost and confused? If you Google the Euclase stone, pile number two, and I invite you to do that, I think you will agree with me that it kind of looks like Superman's kryptonite. And you know how they feel so weak, how Superman feels so weak without his kryptonite, and once they finally get a hold of it, he finally gets a hold of it, he feels strong again and becomes Superman. I think this is your case with your person, pile number two. This cutting off has really made them go within, seek truth, the real truth about where they have gone wrong, because they've realized, pile number two, that without you they feel weak, they feel bad, they feel down. And this is why it has pushed them to feel extremely sorry. They are very sorry for what they have done. This is how they are feeling. They're reliving these experiences, they're reliving what they've done, and I think they beat themselves up about a lot of the things that they have done to you. And they're in the phase currently of transforming, of renewing their thoughts, of learning the lessons, generating wisdom, just like the spirit of this crystal suggests, and trying to get out of the phase of feeling lost. But most importantly, pile number one, this person kind of feels dead on the inside without you, kind of feels lost and very sad. Their energy is really making me feel very sad. I can feel their energy, I can feel their sadness, and you might be right completely for cutting them off, or for not wanting to talk to them again if this is what you choose. I'm just here relaying what I see from this person, pile number two. Okay, so let's take a look at your tarot cards and see how your person, or how pile number two's person felt when they cut them off. So again, How did pile number two's person feel when they cut them off? Wow. Sadness, pausing, shock. But they understand at the same time. Shock with understanding. They understand why you've done that. And they feel like they're ashamed a little bit. And at the moment, they don't know what to say. They feel like anything they're going to say, you're not going to hear. Pile number two. Okay. So, how did pile number two's person feel when you cut them off? 2 and 5 right away give me change. So at the moment, pile number 2, this person is in a phase of change, in a phase of transformation, because their reflection is causing, and their experience that they're reliving and recalling and re-examining is really creating inner wisdom from the inside. You see? The cards sometimes shock me. They freak me out. So pile number 2, do you see? Like we were saying, there a lot of all the pains and everything that they're feeling is slowly changing them, one step at a time. You can't really fully see the change, but there's so much going on the inside from this experience. There's so much inner wisdom being created that it's slowly changing this person, and you can slowly see the traces of this change on this person. Wow, pile number 2. That's really, really cool. Queen of Cups. Like we said, pile number 2 is so clear. You see, it's nearly the same color as the kryptonite and as the Euclase here. This person is deep into their emotions, deep into their sadness. It's a lot of feminine energy here, of feeling very emotional about what happened, about you cutting them off. They're very much into their emotions. They feel the pain, they feel the love for you, they feel sorry. Do you see how this person, for the first time I see this person like that. Do you see how they feel sorry? You know, this remorseful feeling. And they're bit by bit rising and learning. Do you see, this queen hasn't been crowned yet. And it kind of gives me the feeling right away that this person has a lot to learn, to go through, but is in the process of coronation. Pile number 2. So interesting. Wow. This person is learning a lot, changing. And pile number 2, you have had a strong effect on this person. Wow, 2 of Swords. They're really in their heads. Again, confirming what we've said. Really in their heads, reliving, having these nightmares of reliving what they've said to you, how they treated you, what they've done. And it's really causing them a lot of pain thinking about it. But they can't stop thinking and revising themselves and thinking of all the things that they've done, what you've said to them, what they've said to you. And they are so sorry. They did not know that you would cut them off like that. And now they feel so small. They feel so silly. So remorseful. They feel small. And I think they're putting you on a pedestal at the moment and learning a lot from you by watching what you've done. And they're in a lot of stress, anxiety. And again, the confirmation of reliving the experiences, reliving what happened, blaming themselves over and over for the stupid things they've done. It pains them. It pains them greatly how they've acted, and reliving these experiences of what they've done tears them. It breaks their self-esteem as well sometimes. Pile number 2. And that's why they put you on a pedestal at the moment, pile number 2. Wow. I kind of feel their stress there. 4 of Cups. So pile number 2, this person, after you cut them off, they, as you can see, they really don't know what to do now. Remember when we said in the very beginning, this person feels sorry but isn't speaking up, doesn't know what to say, is not moving because they're so ashamed of what they've done. All they can do now is change from within, but they feel like they can't even tell you they're changing because it looks like you wouldn't give an F, quite frankly, at the moment. And they quite understand that you really wouldn't care at all. They really understand that. But 5 is coming out very strong, that this person is really changing from the inside out. And they're at a loss of hope, pile number 4. They don't see any ways or any hope that you might take them back or take this cutting off away or consider talking to them. With the rainbow here, for some of you, I think you might in the future, not now, but in the future, you might consider talking to them by seeing some small behavior. But I advise you, pile number 2, to not jump right away by seeing small behavior. Wait until this has grown, that they have truly, that this small tree has created strong grounded roots before you accept their new renewed proposal, which they will be, of course, very genuine about whether they have changed completely or not. So wait it out. For some of you, I feel like this person is out, is never back in. But again, this 4 of Cups didn't come here for a reason. I think pile number 2, they don't see hope. You see like you are extremely sure now that you're not going to talk to them. But again, with this offered cup, I think you might, some of you might consider it in the future only by seeing some strong changes there. And again, for those of you who will consider it in the future, remember this reading and remember that you should not take the proposal, or you should not reconsider them until their behavior has changed inside out and you can see it's deeply rooted, pile number 2. Okay, so let's see. Let's take the Osho deck here and see, how did this person feel when you cut them off? How did this person feel when you cut them off? All right, so what do you have here, pile number 2? Wow, sharing. That's nice. This looks like, for some of you, this could be actually a good person from the inside, pile number 2. Okay, I see what's going on here. Healing, right under the 2 of Swords. Wow. Stress. All right. So pile number 2. This person, when you cut them off, suddenly saw and felt all the advantages and all the amazing things that you provided in their lives. Remember when we said kryptonite in the very beginning of this reading? When you cut this person off, they suddenly felt cut out of heaven, because I think you've provided them, pile number 2, with so much. You've shared so much with them. You've shared maybe so much kindness. You've shared a nice life together. You have shared so much of you that was really making this person a happy person, a safe person. And when you cut them off, taking all of your who you are and how amazing you are away from this person, really made this person realize how they've been cut off from so much, pile number 2, by you leaving. Do you see this here? They were living in a colored world that was so nice, that they've enjoyed and that they took for granted. And now it's become only a picture of the past that they can only look at to reminisce. But in fact, they are now living in this dark reality without you, pile number 2. And you can see their chakras now opening up and starting to heal, just like we've discussed. And I just said heal. Wow. So in this phase, pile number 2, they're in a very strong phase of healing, reliving the experience, healing who they are as a person. They feel clumsy, and they're very stressed about reliving these experiences and feeling like they're an idiot. You see, pile number 2, they thought they had it all, and they were funny, and they were smart, and they've seen how one act from you, poop, just took their whole life from under their feet. Pile number 2 took all this sharing and all this beautiful world they were in, cut them off, and they've suddenly realized how it's not funny anymore, how it's really dark without you. And at the moment, pile number 2, they're really in the phase of healing. They know they're not going to be heard if they speak. They feel so stupid and so silly, and they're exaggerating their silliness in their head, and they are torn. Their self-esteem is being really effed up, to be quite frank with you, at the moment. It's so dark. You see how much black is in the picture, even with the person growing here. They're growing in their dark times. Again, with the gray scale here. Very dark, very gray without you, pile number 2. I don't know who you are, but you seem like a wonderful person for sharing all these colors and all these blessings with this person. Again, with your colored picture frame, with all the fun they had, with one pop of you not being there. It's like taking the kryptonite from Superman, pile number 2. Wow. Pile number 2, I have a lot of admiration for you standing up for yourself. This person is growing, and remember, if they grow into a wonderful person who wants to share equally, please take them back if you want to. If they haven't grounded this change, if you only see a little bit, don't take breadcrumbs, even though I'm sure I don't need to tell you that, pile number 2. But again, remember, wait it out until they have fully healed, fully synced in, and totally changed, pile number 2. I've loved your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload, and leave a comment. Tell me about it more. I would love to get to know more. I always love connecting with you guys, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. So you've chosen the Labradorite, and the spiritual meaning of the stone is all about awakening the magic within. So it's all about help from unexpected sources. So see, this message is divided into 2, I see here. Ha, 2. Exactly. One for you, what I see right away. One learning about them to you, and a specific message for you, pile number 3. So what I can tell you right away, pile number 2, is that your person may not feel the remorse straight away. But as soon as you've cut them off, pile number 2, they have spiritually started their journey towards magic. They've started the journey towards learning, and over time, unfortunately, they will be paying their karma, but they'll be paying this karma because it's going to take them on a long journey of transformation, on a long journey of repair, of understanding, of seeing what they've done, and by time, after a while, they will learn and understand just how wrong they have served you, how wrong they have treated you, or whatever they have done. There's not going to be evident for them now, but in the long run, because pile number 2, you don't want to be in their journey at the moment. Pile number 3, I mean, you don't want to be in their journey at the moment. They will be on a long journey that nobody's going to like, pile number 2. So that's that for now. For your message, pile number 3, if you're seeing synchronicities now, because Labradorite, again, is all about paying attention to synchronicities. And these synchronicities bear messages for you that the universe is eager to see you replace what you have lost and repair what has become broken, meaning your broken heart, your frayed heart. You're going to be rewarded, pile number 2. So no worries about you. as when it comes to them, pile number 2, you might not enjoy them at the moment, feeling sorry. Not that I see that you care that much, but I think you've moved on. But I think pile number 3, this person, I mean, I'm sorry for them. They're going to start a very, very, very tough journey that none of us wants to start. Pile number 3. So all the best of luck in their journey, but it's not an easy one, not an easy ride. So okay, let's see. What has pile number 3's person? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about the noise outside. How did pile number 3's person feel when they cut them off? Let's go one more time here. They're on their journey to rebirth. That's gonna be a tough one. None of us want to go on that journey again. Okay, so 2 cards popped out straight away. The Magician and the Hermit, saying the exact same thing. So pile number 2, when you cut out this person, again, they may not have realized it at all. I think they were sitting there fine. With the Hermit card in this deck, it shows you that this person is illuminated, feeling free, following their own path. And this, again, card, there's duality in your reading here. I can see both of you, and that's weird. So for you, I think you're okay, pile number 2, to be quite frank with you. You seem to me like you're okay. You're not remorseful at all about this person. Seems like this person wasn't mature at all. And for them, they were okay, but they were on the opposite side of your spectrum. They're on the okay, I think I'm right, but you're starting a tough journey kind of pal. So you're on your enlightened road. You are fine. The Labradorite message is here to tell you that with the synchronicities you see, you're going to have whatever you lost replaced. But to them, they're in the I think I'm okay, but they're totally lost path, unfortunately. And again, with the Magician here, didn't remember when we said inner magic? Awakening the magic within. This is exactly what they're going to go through. I love it when the cards just speak to each other. It's mind-blowing. They're on the beginning of an infinite road to, and the reason I say infinite to, sorry, let me finish the sentence. An infinite road to recovery and self-improvement and finding oneself. And the reason I say infinite is because they're going to go on a loop, going over the same experiences over and over and over and over again until they have grown and learned. And if they want to get themselves out of this loop, see, I see infinity here too. Wow. Whoa, what is going on? These things freak me out. Okay, so I see them in an infinite loop of going from one heartache after the other, from life in general, until they have learned with the synchronicities because they're on your opposite end of your spectrum, pile number 3. Their synchronicities is all about learning the lesson. And if they don't learn it, pile number 3, unfortunately, they're going to be stuck there in the loop until they do. So it's going to be a very tough journey. They're okay now, pile number 2, you see. They're all okay, thinking that they're on the right, everything's fine. But I really feel sorry for their path. It's a very tough one. And I think sometimes it's easier for us, pile number 3, to learn rather than go through a tough experience like that. I mean, I wish personally that I would get the learning and apply it rather than go through tough experiences. So pile number 3, what did your person feel when you cut them off? How did your person feel when you cut them off? Let's go one more time here. Okay. So I think at the moment they're calm. They see a beautiful future. God bless their hearts. They think everything's going to be great. They're planning. They're working on their things. They are completely oblivious, unfortunately, to what's to come. But it's a whirlwind, you know what I mean. It's again seeing infinity, going down a rabbit hole, not coming out of it until they've changed. It's like hibernation, being inside the darkness until they fully change their ways. Pile number 3. I'm not taking reversals these days, just letting you know. Judgment. So again, this person, when they left you, I think they kind of falsely felt like they were free. They were falsely telling themselves, oh, I'm okay, I'll be fine. Huh, I'm on the right. This person's this and this and that, and I'm this and this and that. So you can really see a lot of ego here, a lot of naivety in thinking. Really naivety in analyzing things, naivety in thinking in the right, and that's why they need to go on a long journey. It seems like you're a developed soul, pile number 2. You're a wise old soul, and they seem to me like a very young, very new kind of behavior soul, that a soul that is just on their way of learning and is really at the moment very into their ego, hasn't been in touch with their spirituality too much, not like they think they are, and they're completely oblivious to being balanced, to thinking correctly, and they're very much attached to the world, to the material side of the world. They're not interested in developing personally, even if they think they are. They're more concerned about being right, about having a nice life, enjoying their life without learning that everything that you do has consequences. And this is why they have the judgment card there. Again, showing and emphasizing that this person will really be repaying a lot for the things that they continually do. And in order to stop this loophole of paying for things, they have to stop behaving like that. Pile number 3. Again, I mean, the Queen of Cups popped out in the other reading, but in this context, it's completely different. This person thinks they're illuminated. So sad. They really, the confirmation, they really think they're on the right. They completely believe it. They're a bit delusional here about them thinking that they are the ones who have been mistreated. Maybe they are on the right. They are the good ones. They are the ones who are honest and feel things, and they're the ones maybe who are sad for what happened a little bit. They really think that they're the wise one here. Pile number 3. I'm sorry, you have to deal with this kind of immature energy. I'm not sorry, you cut them off, so you're fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Pile number 3. And I'm happy you cut this energy off. I mean, this is an energy at the moment that's not mature enough to be in a connection, whether friendship or whatever, with someone. They have a lot to learn. There might have been a little bit of some narcissistic traits for some of you. It's coming out of a young soul that's still learning about the world and too attached to their ego, thinking they're smart and enlightened. Okay, so let's take this card that's popping out here. Sorrow. See, they're going to start a long journey of growing up. Pile number 2, that I really do not wish on anybody. I mean, we all want to grow, of course, but I wish we can just apply the advices sometimes. Okay, so it's a very sad period that they're going to go into in phases. Pile number 3. They're not gonna get hit right away, but they're going to go from one thing to the other until they sink, feel hollow on the inside, feel sad, feel like they feel absolutely torn, until they start understanding that the world isn't as naive and as simple and as unfair as they thought it was. They will realize through this journey that the way that they used to think was a little bit stuck up and was very naive and unfair, because now with the infinity, there is a reversal to the way they're treating others onto them, and it's going to really grow them. You see how many lines, and you can see someone who's maturing and been through a lot in life, and these things are going to have their marks. These experiences that they've done to others are now going to have their marks on them when it happens to them. Pile number 3. So that's really sad here. Participation. So it's going to take a long time for this person, pile number 3, to grow, to create this integration of mind, body, soul, understanding what honesty really is, not their version of the truth, understanding the effects that their words, their actions, their minds, the way they think about others, maybe how they gossip about others, how they judge others, the way they deal with others, and the way they deal with themselves as well, will really have a huge effect on them that is not as lightly as they're taking it at the moment. Pile number 3. And you can see these 2 cards right under the Magician here, showing how intense experiences, unfortunately, are going to be happening to this person, pile number 3. Okay, so let's see again. How did this person feel when you cut them off? Letting go. So, of course, pile number 3, again, with the duality here, I see 2 things. When you cut them off, both of you let go. Both of you moved on with your lives. You're very self-assured. You know you're not getting this type of behavior, and you will be just fine. Unfortunately, again, they're on the other side of the spectrum. They let go again very easily. They're fine now, but it saddens me to feel their journey. It's really, I can see the energy of this journey, and it breaks my heart. So pile number 3, yeah, while this person is okay, you will be really okay here. Pile number 3. You will go on with your life. You'll be okay. You'll be rewarded. Your heart will be repaired. They, on the other side, will have a ripple effect, just like the water here, on everything that they're doing. And it's like a rebirth here. A rebirth, but not in the normal good sense. A rebirth to a new world, a new journey that is going to be quite tough for them. Pile number 4. And again, you see with the 8, you see? Infinitely, unfortunately, being there until they learn. So, I don't know what to say to this person. I guess all the best of luck, right? But most importantly, pile number 3, all the best of luck to you. I'm sorry you had to, of course, go through an experience like that. I really feel for you. But I'm also very proud of your strength. Very proud that you're okay. And very happy for you for your reward. And you too will have a real rebirth here. Pile number 3. So it was really an honor doing this reading for you. I would love to get to know more about you in the comment section and about your story here. I would love to read it and connect with you, pile number 3. And if you've liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!